When my friends first saw the slides I was working on, they had no idea what the Anthropocene was. It was the same for me too. When I first heard the word, I thought it was the name of a bone in the human body. But through my research, I realized that the big 12-letter word actually concerns teenagers like all of us the most, and is more than just a new name for a time period. A lot of us are confused because it is a very abstract concept that professionals disagree about until today. Simply put, the Anthropocene is a block of time representing the impact of humans, hence the Greek word anthro meaning man being in its name. If you take the entire timeline of Earth from its birth to the present and put it into a 24-hour clock, the tiny space of time humans have inhabited Earth might be easier to grasp. In about 10 minutes after the clock starts to tick, the moon is created. It takes another 9 hours of the 24 for the first bacterial organisms to start creating oxygen. It takes double that time for the first plants to appear, approximately at 1840. Around 22 hours and 47 minutes, dinosaurs appear before going extinct in less than an hour after. One type of trees that existed around this time were actually ginkgo trees, which are commonly seen this time of the year in South Korea. Not many people know that they actually existed before dinosaurs. But finally, in the last 4 seconds, at 23 hours and 59 minutes and 56 seconds, modern humans appear. The small fraction of even that time is what would be entailed in the term of the Anthropocene, as it is, among contrasting beliefs, most commonly believed to have started in 1950. It will follow the Holocene epoch and come under the giant umbrella of the Quaternary period, which has been occurring since 2.6 million years ago. But typically, a geologic epoch lasts a few million years. However, the Holocene epoch has only been occurring for the past 11,700 years, ever since the Ice Age. So why are some scientists arguing for a new epoch? That's where Paul Crutzen comes in. In the 2000s, this Dutch chemist and Nobel Prize winner publicized his theory of the Anthropocene. His reason for the Anthropocene was that in the small quadrant that modern humans have inhabited Earth, they have made such drastic changes that transform the planet at a rapid rate. And Crutzen wasn't necessarily wrong with his belief. Humans have definitely affected the Earth in more ways than one. By 2005, 2/5 of the entire landmass of Earth was converted into agricultural land. And ever since the Industrial Revolution, cars, boilers, and giant factories emerged, which put out irreversible amounts of carbon dioxide into the air. Today, giant AI supercomputers are putting out even more CO2 into the air. Climatologists say that this buildup was the cause of the rise in average temperature, the melting of sea ice and glaciers, and the frequent extreme weather patterns present today. In Jeju Island, the coastlines are being moved up and up every year as sea levels rise at a rate of around 4 milliliters per year. This chart from a Korean newspaper shows us the comparison between multiple coasts in Korea. You can see that Jeju has the fastest rate out of all. And as oceans get simultaneously warmer, the changed climate also increases the rate of infectious diseases and causes the extinction of soft coral reefs around Jeju. The same goes for California. The main problem we have here is droughts. In the moving diagram, you can see that the drought that spread since 2013 turned most areas from moderate to an extreme level of drying just under a single year. This increases the rates of forest fire and affects both the people and the environment heavily. Another reasoning is that a new epoch is often set apart by a change in rock strata. Some scientists believe that all the intensive agriculture and the change of wild land into arable land were significant enough to leave a mark in the strata. And since sea levels are rising, the higher ocean levels will change the stratas of the land near sea as it comes up more inland and brings sediment over. And with the Anthropocene, you cannot go without discussing the giant debate over its existence, or whether it is qualified enough to be classified as a new epoch. There are a handful of experts that strongly deny Crutchen's belief. Most notably, Phil Gibbard published a correspondence declaring the Anthropocene as an event rather than an epoch. He stated that humans have been influencing the Earth for 40,000 years. A main argument common among other experts is that there hasn't been enough time for effects such as biodiversity loss or sea level rise to finish. Looking at it holistically later on, there might be no change visibly reflected. In March of this year, a proposal was made to have the Anthropocene be on the geologic timeline, and it was formally rejected. The SQS determined that humans have not made enough of an impact on the strata to be classified as a new epoch. Despite the declaration, scientists still present new evidence as qualifications. Today, the term Anthropocene is understood more as the overall change that humans have made on Earth, rather than a specific geologic time. Some people disagree about the entire term of the Anthropocene, as it appears to blame every human for climate change, even though everyone had different weightages on their impact. But no matter which side of the Anthropocene debate you're on, the point is that some humans have indeed made irreversible changes to the Earth, mainly harmful. Whether it is an epoch or an idea, or whether one doesn't favor the term at all, this 12-letter word is a harsh reminder of the crisis humans have on their hands. It should alarm every human alive today of the damages that have been done and call for more activism against ecological harm.